Hello and welcome to a brief tutorial on the H5 Zoom recorder. What you're looking at right now is everything that comes in the kit that you should double check before leaving the production labs and beginning your production. Let's get started. Before we go into the menu system of the H5 Zoom recorder, we're going to talk about some of the external functions. Turning it to its side, in order to power it on, just press down and hold until you see the screen turn on. Also on this side, we're going to note our headphone jack, as well as our headphone volume. It's important to know that our headphone volume does not change the gain. It does not adjust the recording level. It is only what you are hearing in your headphones. So note that when you turn this up or down, it's only adjusting what you're hearing in your headphones. It is not changing the volume or the gain of how you're recording. Also noting on the front of the H5 Zoom recorder are microphones here. These are going to be used for reference audio, atmospheric sound. In other cases, you could use them for documentary or quick run and gun audio, but in this case, we are going to be utilizing external microphones plugged via input 1 or 2 through an XLR cable. If you are using these microphones as reference audio, they correspond with your left and right channel, and you can adjust the gain through this volume here. When you are using an external microphone, a shotgun microphone, or a lavalier microphone plugged via input 1 or 2 through your XLR cable, that corresponds with buttons 1 and 2, as well as our adjustment for channel 1 and our gain adjustment for channel 2 right here. In addition, you have your record button, stop, play, fast forward, and rewind. Moving to the side, just a reminder, this is where your SD card goes, our menu button, as well as our wheel to toggle through the menu system. So let's go ahead and get into the menu system. We need to start with an empty memory card. That means we need to format our memory card. So to do so, we will go ahead and go into the menu system right here. Go ahead and press menu, and we can use the wheel here above menu to go ahead and toggle through our menu system until we see SD card. Once we see that, we want to press in on the wheel and toggle down to format and go ahead and press in. As a safety net, it will ask you if you are sure. We are sure that we would like to format our memory card, so we just press yes. And now we will wipe all information from our memory card. You want to remember to do this before you ever record, because you do not want to run out of space on your first take of the day and then have to stop to load all of your media. And that's how you format your card. To go back, just press menu, and we can go out of our menu system. Now that we have our SD card formatted, it's also important to assign your files to a specific folder. This is for data management purposes. So what you need to do is go ahead and press the menu button here and use the wheel to toggle down until you see folder. And now you can assign your media to any folder that you'd like. It's just important to remember what folder everything's in. So I just like to put everything in folder 1 and make sure I offload my media at the end of each day. Go ahead and press enter on the wheel. And now you know all of the media, every file you record is going to be found in folder 1. Make sure to keep things organized. Let's go ahead and set our recording format. To do so, press menu, then toggle down to record or rec, press enter on your wheel, Press enter again on record format. And you want to toggle down to wave at 48 kilohertz by 24 bit. This is our industry standard for recording sync sound or recording double system or single system sound with video. So you want to make sure it says wave 48 kilohertz by 24 bit, and you can press enter on your wheel. Next, we're going to briefly discuss phantom power. To get to phantom power, press menu. Under menu, you want to select in and out, and then scrub down until you see phantom. It's important to just make sure that phantom power is on, so go ahead and press on off. Make sure that it's on for input 1 as well as input 2. What this is doing is powering your microphone from the H5 Zoom recorder. So if you get to set and for some reason you are not getting any levels out of your shotgun mic, it would be helpful for you to go into phantom power and just make sure that it is selected for both inputs. And then you can press menu to back out. Next, let's talk about record mode. This is going to determine if we are recording simultaneously with our microphones here, as well as an external shotgun microphone, which we've plugged in via XLR cable into channel 1 right down here, or if we would like to record just one at a time. So what you'll do to access that is press menu and toggle down with your joystick to record mode, press enter, and you want multi-file. This is going to make sure that you are recording one stereo track with your left and right microphone up here, and mono tracks for your shotgun, as well as a lavalier if you decide to plug one into input 2. So what will happen when you get into Premiere is that you will have 2 to 3 different tracks, so you can isolate what is coming from your reference audio and isolate what is coming from your shotgun mic here. So you can tell, even though I've pressed multi, that we're not actually getting any levels because nothing is coming up here. In order to get levels, you need to go ahead and press the corresponding button. So for these microphones here, it is left and right. Now that it's glowing red, we can also see that we are getting levels. They are a bit low. So in order to get between -6 and -12 dB, we're going to adjust our gain here until we can hear a bit more. And obviously they're pointed away from my face right now, so we might not get the levels that we're really looking for out of these. That's why the shotgun mic is so wonderful. So we can tell, because this is plugged into channel 1, the shotgun's in channel 1, we're still not getting any levels from channel 1. So now we're just gonna go ahead and press the 1. And you suddenly see the level coming up for the shotgun mic. In order to adjust the level for the shotgun mic, we're going to go with a corresponding number. So if it's input 1, it's our wheel right over here, and we'll just adjust until we're in between -6 and -12 dB. If we've decided with our headphones that we do not like the reference audio coming in, say you have air conditioning running or a fan, we can deselect our reference audio by pressing left and right, and now you should be able to see on your screen we're only getting levels from this shotgun microphone here. So these are the multiple ways that you can decide if you want to record reference audio in addition to your shotgun mic or lavalier that are plugged in via XLR through inputs 1 or 2. And you can just press record when you're ready to record. Now that we have all of our internal settings ready to go and we understand all of the buttons on the outside of the recorder, we're going to go ahead and record a track and listen back. So let's say in this case we just want to record with our microphones connected to the H5. We need to press left and right until we see our volume appear on the left and right channel. And then to record, you're just going to press the record button once and look to make sure the time code is increasing. So we know that we're successfully recording, If you have auto record enabled, you may see waiting for a signal, and then the time code will start going up as your actor or actress starts speaking. I prefer to set everything to manual, so auto record is off for me, so I can just press record one time and see the time code go up. When our take is finished, we can just press stop. And it's important, especially for the first take of the day, just to go ahead in your menu system and toggle up to where it says project to listen back to your first take. As you can see, our first take has been successfully recorded, and we can press enter to play it. If you don't have headphones in, it will just start playing from the H5 itself. So let's listen. Look to make sure the time code is increasing. All right, so we know we've successfully recorded a track, and we can continue recording and making the rest of our film. Now that we have the H5 recorder set up and ready to record, let's move on to the shotgun microphone and accessories. These are all of the components that you will need for any interior shoot. You have your microphone with windscreen, you have your XLR cable, you have your shotgun microphone holder, as well as your boom pole. You want to make sure that your windscreen is always attached because it helps with as a spit guard for people's pronunciation, if there's any breeze in the room, helps you soften for cleaner audio. To attach to your holder, you're just going to push the microphone back through the rubber band component here, like so, and there should be some tension. You should feel some tension because it's going to hold it securely into place. Once it's in like that, we can go ahead and plug our XLR cable into here. You want to line up the prongs of your microphone with the XLR cable, and you should hear it click into place just like so. Now all we need to do is plug the other end into our H5 Zoom recorder, and we can screw our boom pole into the holder here. To adjust the angle of the microphone, you can simply unscrew this knob here, and now you can see we can have our microphone at any angle that we need. Let's move on to exterior recording. To access our location blimp, what we want to do is remove the top component so we can add our microphone. So we're going to use these two levers here and spin to the left, lefty-loosey, to loosen it. We also want to remove our back cap, which is the cap closest to the grip, by unscrewing it, putting it to the side for later. And now with both of these levers loose, we should be able to just slide it off, and we'll put it to the side for later. We want to connect our microphone by snapping it into both of these components of the holder. So we will take our microphone, making sure that the back end where we're going to connect our XLR cable is towards the back. We'll slide it through and just snap it into place like so. And if you want to at this point, you can connect your XLR cable. We'll make sure that we just connect the XLR until it snaps into place, making sure that the cable can come down into this divot here, which you can see right here. This will protect the life of the cable. So we'll go ahead and slide our blimp back on over the microphone. And now we'll make sure that we're protecting the life of the cable by putting it into this notch here. And screwing on our back cap like so. And now we can tighten down both of these notches. Righty-tighty. Once it feels finger tight, you can always just give it a little wiggle and make sure it's not going to come off. And we can connect our boom pole into the bottom thread here. You never need to use this XLR input because we've connected it to the back of the camera, which will create a smoother sound, less friction, and protect the life of the blimp itself. If we want to adjust the angle, you can do so by flipping it over and adjusting this grip here. And now we can adjust the angle like so. To lock it into place, once you reach your desired angle, just go ahead and close that part down. And you're all set. Now let's add the dead cap. If it's a particularly windy day, you're going to want to go ahead and add the dead cap. To loosen it, you can just pull on this pull tab here to give yourself some space, and then it'll just slide right over, kind of like putting a sock on to your foot. And you can pull it down over the back like so. And once it's fully covered, if you need to, you can adjust the drawstring again. And now you have your dead cat attached to your location blimp. Lastly, let's talk about the H5 Zoom Recorder Portabrace. This will enable you to wear the H5 around your neck so your hands are free for you to be able to hold the boom pole. So these are the components that we're going to need. And in order to use the Portabrace case, everything is Velcro. So we're going to go ahead and open it up. This is your top component. This will allow you to get to the recorder itself, and then let's free up the bottom. Now we can just take the recorder and slide it through the bottom. If you have some Velcro in the way, just make sure that you undo all of those pieces. We'll slide it through the bottom. And you'll know that you've done it the right way when you can clearly see the screen guard is covering the screen and the window is open to the buttons, which will allow you to touch all of the buttons. We can close up. There's a bottom safety here. And this will allow us to still plug in our XLR cable. And then the top, we'll open up here. And we have a little Velcro tab that you want to kind of shimmy between the two microphones and cinch down. And then you can come back through and close it up. And this will make sure that no matter what orientation you have the Portabrace hanging around your neck, it will not fall out. And now we can go ahead and close that down. I would only close this down and secure it in this way if you're wearing it around your neck and just recording audio from the shotgun mic. Otherwise, if you're recording audio from channels left and right, which are again the buttons here, you're just going to hear a bunch of scratching from this case. So just keep that in mind. And once you have everything set up and ready to go, lastly, you want to be able to connect your XLR cable. So I'll go ahead and flip it over. I can undo this part so I know that I can plug my cable into channel 1. Go ahead and redo the Velcro. And now we've got this big cable that we don't want to have to hold on to. So in order to hold it in place, we can undo this back tab and it will hold all of our slack for us. Obviously, this component is going to be plugged into your microphone, so keep that in mind. So you may want to leave a little bit of slack free or plug it into your microphone before you plug the slack into the Velcro tab here. Once you have that minded, you can flip it over and then just put this part around your neck and you're good to go.